I'm here at a fabulous Baca event. It's a wonderful opportunity for the community of Branford to see what Baca's all about, to see this fabulous armory. This is the first time it's been opened in 25 years. I'm participating in the Branford Antique Roadshow, and I'm here with my friend, Pam.
Hi, I'm Pam Morgan. I'm one of the artists in Baca, and we have a lovely display today of a watercolor, of acrylic, of oil. So come on down and see the paintings of Branford.
I know you all love the Antiques Roadshow on television. Well, we have our own version of it. Behind me in this room, we have 3 experts that are evaluating your treasures, and maybe you too will have something you bought for $10 and is worth $1 million. That is always my dream in life. There's so many wonderful events going on here at the Armory, and by the time you see this, you won't be involved in it, but think about joining Baca, Branford Arts Cultural Alliance, so you can get the heads up the first time around.
Hi, I'm Mary Grandy, and I'm here with Jeanette Mobeck, and we're members of the Branford Arts Cultural Alliance, and we're thrilled to be here at the Armory celebrating Branford's 375th birthday. Jeanette and I oversaw telling Branford people all about Branford being the strawberry capital of the world in not the world, but of New England from 1910 to 1930. How many of you knew that?
I know I didn't know it.
I know. I didn't know it until we started researching it and found out that strawberries were grown all over, from the Branford High School to where Kohl's is, out to Hilltop Orchards, over to Cherry Hill. And every year we would bring in Italian and Irish immigrants and local children, and they would be paid 2 to 3 cents a bushel to pick up these strawberries and send them to all over New England.
So please come to the Armory today and experience the history of Branford and taste the strawberries.
Well, we're really excited to be here this morning, Saturday, at the Branford Armory. First time the Armory has been open to the public in about 20 years.
Yeah. And just so you know, this is the birthday party for Branford's 375th. Frank Carano, the president of Branford Arts and Cultural Alliance. My name is Robin Sandler. I'm fortunate enough to be vice president under this esteemed individual.
Anyway, it's something we've been working on for quite a while, and we're looking forward to Branford residents coming in today to see the Armory, see the art that's on exhibit. All the art is of Branford scenes. We have neighborhood exhibits. We're going to have at 1:30 the Stony Creek Pipe and Drum is going to perform, and then a concert by the Governor's Foot Guard. Going to have a parade of flags representing the different countries that children in our schools come from. We've got a great map here. We're asking everyone to put a pin in a place where your family comes from. So I think it's going to be a nice all-day event, and I hope that people will come by and share this opportunity to celebrate Branford and also to see what's going on with all these different aspects of our community.
And besides the Stony Creek, don't we have other acts?
We do. We have, as I said, the Governor's Foot Guard will be presenting a concert at 2 o'clock. Legacy Theater is going to be performing. And believe it or not, at 4 o'clock, the New Haven Ballet is going to do a performance here, too. That was a last-minute addition because the weather doesn't look good for tonight, and they were going to perform on the green, but they're coming here instead. So it's a really exciting day. So I hope everyone stops by.
And one of our goals was to feature what Branford's all about, and we have displays from the various neighborhoods. We have Pine Orchard, we have Stony Creek, we have Short Beach, we have Indian Neck. Have I forgotten any neighborhoods, Frank?
No, I don't think so. And really interesting stuff, old photographs, memorabilia. People who are from Branford, I think, will really enjoy looking through all those. And we have the Branford Historical Society also, which has a table of artifacts from Harrison House and from other aspects of Branford's history.
And of course we have the attraction of the Armory which hasn't been open to the public
Right.
for what, about 20 years, I think you said?
20 years, yes.
And it's a magnificent structure, and the history in this building is just amazing. So please take some time on a Saturday, come down and see what your community is all about.
Yeah, we hope that you will do that. We welcome you and look forward to seeing you. I want to point out something that we're doing here, which I hope everyone will come in and participate in it. There's a sign which you can't see. It says, "Where are you from?" And we have a world map and then a map of Italy, because we know that we have a large Italian-American population here, and we're asking everyone to put a pin in the country where your family comes from. And at the end of the day, we're going to display this map over the next couple of weeks at Town Hall and other places in town, so we get a visual representation of where in the world the people who live in Branford come from. So I hope that when you come to the Armory today, you'll stop at the table here and put a pin in the place where your family comes from.
Good afternoon. I'm Mary Ann Beatty Cook from Indian Neck,
And I'm Wanda Ward Adams from Indian Neck.
and we were next door neighbors our entire life. And this is a cousin
Valerie Olson Murray
from Indian Neck.
from Indian Neck.
And we're going to start right over here. This is our family, the Reed family from Hamilton, Ontario, and they emigrated to Indian Neck. Ray Reed, Marion Olson, which is where Valerie came from, and Peg Ritzinger, and my mom, Frances Beatty. And we think that picture at the top might be at the Waverly, probably in the 1940s. And these are all samples. This is probably your grandmother's beach chair, an old cane beach chair. And Valerie still loves to be at the beach as much as she can, and she lives right in the heart of Indian Neck on the beach. We have a menu from the Dutch Inn. We're not sure where it was before our time, but you could get a full meal for $1.50. This is the trolley path that comes around Civil Creek onto Limewood Avenue, and the trolley ran behind the Indian Neck Garage and what's existing as the Elks right now. And this is memorabilia, all from homes in Indian Neck. This is the Pee Wee Little League in the 1960s, which includes Barry Beatty, and if anybody wants to come, Johnny Ward, Wanda's twin brother. And there's some, this is a gift bracelet that we made summers with Joe Chapasso as our playground. Tom Murray and Joe Chandler.
Right.
A Rubik's Cube. Thank you, Barry Beatty, for finding all these for us. Or Bear, as he'd prefer to be called. A little game. And we've all fallen in love with these 1950s ducks that waddle. More toys. And this was the Daughters of Pocahontas that were part of the tribe, the Nashawiya, that they did meet at the Indian Neck Firehouse, which really was the center for all of us. And it was built, the money was raised by our parents, and they met there until the 1970s.
I want to mention this pencil box, which none of my grandkids knew what it was, and I'll be honest, I didn't either. This is like old school, very old, but very cool. It's a pencil box, believe it or not. Okay.
All right, and moving on, these are postcards from Bear Beatty's collection. And it's all the hotels that were along the beach in the 1950s and even earlier. And at the turn of the century, the Monowese House, which is how my family got down here from Ontario, they came down in the Depression and they worked as maids at the Monowese House. And we're not sure where this hotel was. It was called the Hyannis, and we're not exactly sure where that was. That is the Montoise House, 147 rooms. It's very famous, and everybody has pictures of it. This is another picture, but we're not sure where it was taken. My dad is in the upper corner on the back, and we know Mr. Giordano is in the back row. So if anybody can identify this, we'd love to know where it was taken and what group this was. We're not sure if anybody of this grammar school generation, elementary school, would know how to use this phone. And the black phone over there is even older. It's got an Art Deco kind of a look to it. This is a history of Indian Neck. This is a 1938 yearbook. There were 72 in the graduating class, and it kind of gives you a history of how slowly the town grew, and also kind of the ethnic backgrounds of where people were coming from at the time. This is the original Indian Neck two-room schoolhouse and some of the children that went there.
It's called Old Indian Neck.
And the building is still there, and it is the VFW.
Right. And I went there for 2 years.
We all did, including Henry Pond. This is the 1966 Branford High School Band.
Okay.
And this is the Ark, which was we would call it a convenience store today. And it was at the very end of Linden Avenue. And there was another store, that Lounsbury's. See, Henry doesn't remember it. And Lounsbury's we all loved. It was a classic beachfront ice cream, beach balls.
And my grandfather and grandmother ran it, by the way.
And the Lounsbury's.
Yes.
And across the street was Surfside, and down the street was the Dairy Joy, run by the Newton family on Newton Road, where Henry lives.
Yep.
And they sold it, and they had 4 Mr. Softy trucks. And we loved to babysit for the Newtons because they had ice cream.
Because they had ice cream.
More
Ice cream.
more Branford High School memorabilia, and Indian Neck Garage, more pictures, which started at the Indian Neck Stables, and the new building was built in 1955 and now has been turned into a restaurant, but the Flying Red Horse continues to fly.
It is still there. Go ahead.
And on this side, this is a BHS helmet that we think is pre-1950, which also came from Hotchkiss Grove. And we all should have one of these. It says, emulsify the Easties, which we did in the 1950s. And more beautiful postcards. Bear Beatty's high school baseball uniform, and Jeanette Giordano Mobex. She was the captain of the cheerleaders. That's her sweater, her megaphone. And we will leave you to, after Wanda finishes up, to find out more about Pine Orchard.
And I'd like to say that I came to Indian Neck when I was 3 years old from Texas, and my grandfather had built the house that we lived in right next to the Beatties and down the street from Henry Pond. But anyway, we lived there for the rest of our lives until we got married and moved on. But we've been in Indian Neck all these years, since 1955. Okay, so that's it for me.
much for coming out on a hot day and entertaining us this way. I also want to mention that we have some children here who are carrying flags, and it's just a small representation of the kind of community that we have become. 375 years ago, Branford was settled by the English, and now we are a community where the children in our public schools come from 50 different countries. And that's something that has helped enrich our community. Our diversity is our strength, and our diversity enhances our lives. So we're proud of it, and we're happy that we have that opportunity to meet and live with and interact with people from all these different countries of the world. When you go inside, there's a world map. We're asking everyone to put a pin on the place where your family comes from, whether you just came from that place or whether your family came here 2 or 3 generations ago. And the map will be displayed at Town Hall for the rest of the year, and people will add pins as they visit Town Hall, and at the end of the year we'll get a visual of what our community looks like. So I want to please welcome our young parade participants, and at the end, Stephanie Herzog is going to read a short poem that we all think is very appropriate at this point in our history.
Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land, here at our sea-washed sunset gates shall stand a mighty woman with a torch whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome, her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep ancient lands your storied pomp, cries she, with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore, send these, the homeless, the tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Emma Lazarus, November 2nd, 1883. Thank you.
And as you know, that's the poem that is inscribed on the base of the Statue of Liberty, which, by the way, is made of Stony Creek granite. Anyway, we're going to have more entertainment in a little while. The Governor's Foot Guard Band is going to play some marches for us, and we got lots of interesting things to see inside. Thank you so much.
everybody. We are in the end of the program at the Armory. This is Helen Wong. I am the board member of Branford Art and Cultural Alliances. I'm representing the Short Beach area to celebrate our 375 years anniversary. It has been a big turnout. We really appreciate that people come out during this hot weather. And I also thank my neighbors who are actually helping me to guard the place. And thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, and thanks. And thanks to BCTV who make this program very successful with the videotapes and the history of the Short Beach area. Thank you. Have a great time. Bye-bye.